That's a boy can't do the what?
I usually use a stool to stand over the client's hair so I can see the top very clearly.
Because last time you smoked the blunt was with Paul McCartney?
Paul McCartney came
This is the gel that I will be using.
Let's talk about this special. Okay. The special is on Netflix.
This is the gel that I'm going to be using.
I just want to throw that out there. So how does that work? Because like back in the days, when bootlegs used to happen, we used to have to go to the Africans. We used to have to
I love using a popsicle stick to get the gel out so that it doesn't get under my nails.
And then in Chinese, you would see it enough. This is in 2025. How do you approach something like that? Because you know, I imagine Netflix did a lucrative deal with you, and then now, if I don't have Netflix, I can go on YouTube and enjoy this special that you did. Just for Netflix. How do you navigate those?
Well, the special been out probably a year and some change or whatever. So it came out. So I think people have figured it out where they can put stuff on YouTube or whatever. But when it drop, like you can't do that then. You know what I mean? So like you have to, you're forced to watch it on Netflix. There's no recording it or nothing like that unless you playing your TV and you recording it like that.
Oh yeah. That's not gonna affect your deal because your deal with Netflix and some bootlegs are probably better for you. My question is like, if your numbers do good on YouTube, will Netflix come back to you and say, yo, look what we did on YouTube, or?
Well, no, because they look at it. They want you to come to Netflix. They're not looking at YouTube like what you're doing.
Hey, something about Netflix is Netflix never give you your numbers.
They can give you your numbers. You gotta know somebody. You just gotta go through certain people and they'll give you your numbers if you really ask for them.
I noticed like they'll say like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but they won't have no numbers under that. You don't know what indicates. How did that become number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
In recent years, they start like if you ask them for it, then you know somebody will work hard to get it for you.
And as a comedian, is that the end all be all as of right now? Is to have a special on Netflix?
I mean, it's like it's
something back in the days used to be HBO or something.
All of that, but you want that. That is a goal for a lot of comedians to have a special on Netflix, absolutely, because it's like the reach is so crazy. You drop a special on there, and if it's funny, you selling out theaters the next day. You know what I mean? Yeah, so there's definitely a goal for like a lot of comics to reach or whatever. The Dalton Posse. Oh shit, you went real deep. Man, that nigga used to beat everybody ass in my neighborhood. Sean, he'll be standing around with a group of niggas. Sean just walk up at him like, oh shit, that's Sean. And he'll be like, he was the real Debo. And he'll just stand around, look at everybody. And he'll just choose who to slap shit up. He'll slap
Chicago.
Yeah, just be like, no, it was like South suburbs of Chicago. He slap shit out of you guys and just be like, man, give me some money. That'd be it. I would be like, as soon as he walked up, I'd be like, damn, I gotta go. I knew that was happening, dog. But yeah, Sean fucking house, dog. Yeah.
You ready to tell me about that? He was your childhood?
D-Ray ass. Used to do so much trouble. Yeah, we, I like damn near raised D-Ray, man. Yeah, he used to live next door to one of my best friends, Chris. And, man, Chris used to, like, always look out for him, because D-Ray mama was, like really bad, like, in drugs and shit, so D-Ray...
So D-Ray is kind of like a little unsafe, because he's like unsafe, light-skinned, angry,
unsafe.
That's the unsafe. He's like, that's the unsafe. Like, he had to have money. Like, he had to have money.
Yeah. So we looked out for him like a lot and shit, you know. That's so like, yeah, and then he started doing stand up, you know, it was like, man, he took off, man, so it was good. You know, shout out to D and shit.
So let me ask you, right? I'll ask this to multiple comedians, and I always compare it to the rap game, right? They say the chicken circuit, excuse me, in the comedy world, and then rap we have like it's called underground. It's the same thing, right? The difference is when I started to do research of like how comedians come up, like you said earlier, you said you went to see a band and the band only had 1,200 people there, right?
Yeah,
Morris Day. But all right, that's a big international band. But a lot of us coming up in hip hop, we'll have a little thing, but we'll still get up $1,200 or $2,500, $3,000. What I've noticed in the chitlin circuit was a lot of people getting $75, $150. That's something that rap don't go through. Not that much. Like not that bad. Not in that type of way. How does a person go from getting $150 to $150,000 a night?
Let me tell you. We went. What's that?
It's a diamond glass. Let me talk about this for me, man. You know when he had his accident?
Yeah.
I was taking care of him. I used to have to wipe his ass and, you know what I'm saying, I feed him. I had to help him get back to normal and everything. So you see some what you know.
You already got one. That's crazy. Yeah, that's dope.
Let's resolution that.
Yeah. That's right.
I'm waiting on to get a robocop out with some right here.
And you go all the way down, state to state, all the way down to Miami, and then back over to Dallas, then up to Memphis. Every night you driving from city to city, getting $200, $200, $150, $300.
Bunch of comics together?
It's like two comics, and y'all ride together, y'all rent a car, and just do that shit. Everybody had to do that. It was crazy, dog. We didn't make no money, but you felt like you had to do it because everybody big was doing it.
Every old comedian is on policy. But I don't know behalf of the whole back end. I'm just being honest with you. We thought we had it the worst.
Don't say because the promo runs is similar. You don't get paid.
Promo runs is worse, but I'll give you this. I will give you this. Promo runs builds a relationship. If you want to live in this game and have relationships, and for a 20-year span, that promo run is actually
basically.
No, because they're not on the record label. So the difference between that is they're doing that for themselves as opposed to us. We're doing this for a record label in hopes of we're going to be in longevity business for 10 years or more, and we're going to have great relationships with these radio stations that we just came and looked out for.
I mean, still entertainers not getting paid. Still the same thing.
Oh, that's
No per diem.
I'm drinking this diet drink because you ordered it.
You brought up not getting paid or whatever. I was talking to Michael Blackson.
Shout out to Mike.
UBL, Circus Entertainment. Y'all had a show in Chicago. And you know what I'm saying? The turnout wasn't really good because of the promotion was wrong, or the promoter.
Which way? When in Chicago?
Chicago. And then the promoter was trying to cut a deal with y'all.
No.
Like you cut him a break. But you was the only one when answering the phone. You told him,
No, I remember something like that, but nah, it ended up working out. At the end of the day, it all worked out, but I don't know what my deal was, but mine worked out. Mine worked out.
You know, it's a great question because us, when I say us, I'm saying rappers, right? We have a record reputation that supersedes us, right? Right, so they'll say, all right, cool, maybe I won't play with DMX money, but maybe I'll mess with Mocha Loco's money, right? Maybe I won't mess with Nori money, but maybe I'll mess with Monster's money. All of y'all known to be funny people. So, how does the promoter choose who to mess with or short and who not to?
Man, they just have to like figure it out. I always got my money, man, because this is what I used to do to promoters back in the day before I had like representation. Somebody would call me up and be like, hey man, I want you to do a show down in Louisville. And I'd be like this, who is this? And they'd be like, Scott. I'd be like, nah, I heard about you, I'm good. And then they'd be like, what? And I'd be like, yeah, I heard you ain't paying motherfuckers and all that, and I'm not doing that. They'd always be this, who told you that shit? And I'd be like, everybody told me. Like, I ain't coming down there. They'd be like, no, fuck that, no, that's my reputation. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna throw you an extra. I'm gonna pick you up, put you in the finest hotel, and try to show you who I am, because that ain't who I am. I'm like, all right, man, let's see. And they always, above and beyond each other. Nobody never said this.
Speaking of one of those blunts, Paul McCartney.
Yeah. We get into it. We was getting into it earlier.
Paul is one of the realest.
And we bombed too.
Yeah, bombed tremendously. Yes, he laughed the whole time. Yeah, he came upstairs. And was like, hey man, I came here to see you. I saw your name on the marquee, and I think you're funny. Yeah, I came home from rehearsal. I got a world tour coming up, and so I just want to come in and come kick it. And I was like, what? I'm looking at him like, what? And he was like, yeah, and he reached his pocket, pulled out this fat ass joint. He was like, you don't mind, dude?
It's a joint out of one.
Yeah, it's a fat joint. Okay.
That's the one.
It was like, was it so sour? Nah, it was loud, yo. He lit that motherfucker, and he was just like, yeah, man, so how long you gonna stand up? And I was telling him, and then I was like, hey man, I'm gonna ask you a question. He was like, what? I said, yeah. I was like, what was up between Michael Jackson, man? He was all cool. He was like, yeah, he was. I hate he died, and we didn't fall asleep. Yeah, he was like, yeah, he fucked me over, man. Fucked me over. Yeah, no. Yeah, no, but he told Mike money is in publishing, and Mike was like, yo, I'm gonna buy your publishing, and he was like, yeah, all right, whatever.
He was on acid.
And Mike, Mike bought his publishing. Then this was the part that I really didn't know. He said, I asked Mike, but since he bought my publishing, he drop a cent. Yeah, give me a bump. And Mike is like, nah. He was like, nah, it's business. And he was like, why are you telling me? We didn't do kids together. Mike like, nah, I didn't give him a bump. And he said he stopped fucking with him after that.
Buckles me got that fool, right?
Alright, so this gel is a little too hard, so I'm gonna switch to this gel.
That's pretty amazing. Donate to a real food charity. The Wheels for Wishes partnership with the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Visit wheelsforwishes.org to donate.
Well, but they might stop fucking with him.
I was not about to
He's not fucking with Mike. Somebody take your publishing, bro. I believe it's on you.
Well, you know, hold on, look at this. You think Paul had $47 million to buy his own publishing?
No, he said they didn't make money like that. He said he wasn't making money like that on his records. He was like, they signed really fucked up deals. He was like, he make his money on the road and shit like that or whatever. He was like, it wasn't, he said he was actually looking for a bump because they didn't make money. He was like, I got to split money with three different other guys.
Right. And you gotta remember too, that catalog didn't start making money till years later. That's the reason why they always say that it was a problem because, or Mike, is because Sony wanted that publishing back.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. It's all under Sony. So that is some deep shit that I don't want to keep continuing. Because Mike was in more against the worst world than me.
Yeah.
But you know what I think Mike really didn't like white people like that because he gave Little Richie back his publishing.
Well, Little Richard made.
To that Beatles and MJ thing, like, wasn't there something that they did to him? And that's why he bought the
Paul McCartney, fuck Mike, bitch.
There was something deeper. They did him dirty somehow, or they said some slick, and he said some bullshit. For some reason why he did that.
Yeah, he's a bad tiger. And Paul McCartney said some shit. I mean, like, don't get you.
With the world records for philanthropy. So you know he had to be some shit if he didn't want to give homeboy a bump.
Yeah.
You know, a couple of motherfuckers bumps.
I don't know, he just simply said that.
Paul McCartney did give Mike a bump at the club.
I like what you did to Mike. Remember that. I said, oh, I like that. Yeah, no. I said, you got to say that.
Warner Brothers lot when I used to write for Conan O'Brien. He came to the lot next door.
You know what I used to write
Studio was right next door. And Prince and George was like this. Man, it was like this. Prince came and did his show. How many shows? Prince did like 5 shows at the Forum. He charged only like $20. You remember that? Like years ago. Yeah. Prince was in the room. We was there. He was what's the Azaria? What's her name? Yeah. Dawson. Yeah, she was there with him, and man, he was just chilling. He was like cooling, dog. But that month, he got a aura on his ass.
Who do you think you win the fight, you or Prince?
Who would I think?
Yeah.
I think I would.
Okay.
I wanted to see Prince get old, though.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I wanted to see him like in a cardigan and some flats and shit, just changing the temperature on the wall.
You say you don't date girls because if you give them a joke like, I'm gonna get that shit wetter than Lake Minnetonka. If they don't get the joke, if they don't get the joke, like, you out of my
I said that to a girl one time. I was like, "I'll get you wetter than Lake Minnetonka." She's like, "What?" I was like, "You don't know what that is from?" No. I was like, "You ever seen Purple Rain?" She's like, "Nah." I was like, I instantly got on my phone, nigga. It was like, call Uber.
So what's the youngest good woman that you will date, and what's the one what you dating now?
I don't know, dog. I ain't sure, but I know it ain't gonna be younger than like 35 or something like that. See, I don't know. It just all depends on how the woman is and shit. You know, if she cool and she act mature, like I like older women, man, all day long. You know what I mean? I like a older motherfucker. Yeah. You said women they get that ain't mine. That's crazy. Let me ask you something. How do y'all feel about
fake titties?
People, no.
What the heck?
About people not knowing who old school people are. Right? Or not acknowledging it.
You give me a better example? Sorry, you didn't give me an example, but it's good.
Did I say something?
Now let me relate this to hip hop. Now, I don't know how this goes in the comedian world, but in hip hop, I find it very disrespectful for a kid to come up, 18 years old, 21 years old, make this living, and they're making millions of dollars, and you ask them who's Biggie Smalls, and they can't tell you. But then they got on Michael Jordan sneakers. Like, how is you know who Michael Jordan is? You're not making $1 off the NBA.
No.
You're not going to UConn. You're not going to Syracuse.
No.
You're going to hip-hop university.
Yeah.
And the first thing you can't do is learn who the fuck Too Short is.
Yeah.
You can't learn who the fuck Ice Cube is. You can't learn who the fuck MCA is. You can't learn who the fuck Spice One is.
Yeah.
That shit bothers me.
Yeah.
And then it's crazy. And listen, I'm the problem.
Yeah.
Because my kids don't listen to that shit neither.
Yeah.
They listening to little half day.
Yeah.
Listen, I always say this on the show. It's not a problem they don't know. It's if they in a certain field, if you a hip hop head or you a comedian, it's that they don't want to know. Like the young generation doesn't want to know. They don't want to know about anything. They just like, I like to know.
These young comedians.
They need to want to know. You know what I'm saying?
They're supposed to be naming Richard Pryor. They're supposed to be naming Red Fox.
Should be looking back at
Yeah,
what
it's like when you
inspired.
call digging in the crates. You want to know where that sample come from?
Yeah,
You should know it.
you
You went and dug
you
your
dug in praise for it. And you respected them for making it.
Options was limited though. Well, you know what I'm saying? When we're growing up and whatnot, there is no Instagram or there is no Google and whatnot. So everything is
They should know more now because of everything's instant.
I think this is this.
I mean, that's what they said. They got Google, they got all that shit or whatever.
And he said it before. He said the smartphone is stupid as shit.
Yeah, it's stupid shit. It's stupid shit. No, but I remember this network hired this really big, I don't want to say the motherfucker's name, hired this really big streamer, right? The biggest streamer out there, right? Oh shit. So they hired this person to come to the award shows and do vaccine shit, right? Man, this motherfucker was like, yo, like, he was going up to people like, I don't know who that is.
Yeah, Wale. You know what that is?
And his excuse was, don't blame me because I'm young. And that was so disrespectful to me.
I'm answering the question. Wale was the African dance.
I was backstage and I met dude one time backstage, and he walked backstage and I was like, hey, what's up, man? He was like this. And he walked off and he was with I like that dude, the blonde hair. Drewski, he was with Drewski. Drewski looked at me and was like this. What's up, OG? How you doing, man? I appreciate you, man. Yeah, I love everything you do. Then he went to him and was like, man, you know, OG, he's funny as hell, you know. And he was like this. And just walked off and shit. And I was like, that's cool. That's cool. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. You don't know why I'm just all good, right? But when you go on the record and say, when they trying to go this baby face, and this is this person and that
You on the
person.
red carpet with baby baby?
You're like, but they asked him, and he was like this. I don't know these people. I'm young. Don't blame me because I'm young. That was terrible to do. And to hire him to be your representation at an award show that you got icons and you got young people. I think it's like disrespectful.
It's not even his fault. It's the people who hire him.
You should look so close to the hip hop awards as opposed to the
There's still icons there too.
It's like your vote was your rep, but it's more
Yeah, but maybe he should have done that. But my thing is, don't put a person in a position that's going to diss icons just because you're young and you don't know about them and you ain't look them up or whatever. Then you shouldn't be in that position. You should have somebody there that's going to acknowledge all the older people, even if you don't know them. Like, just, man,
Just know that they got there, they had a whole career.
they have a whole career. He wasn't even born, you know what I mean? And just respecting it. And that's, I'm not trying to beef and shit. I'm just going, if you're going to be in that position, do your research about when you see icons and give them love when you see them. Period. That's all I'm saying. Good shit.
So I think we hold the younger people to a certain standard when they come in. Like, you know, I'll be seeing a lot of little interviews on certain morning shows and different platforms. platforms, and you know, it'd be a little bit too much respect for a lot of the so-called new people that's popping, and they're not like a lot of the older generation ain't telling them exactly what it is and how they really feel about it.
But they're following people because of how famous they are. I remember Nikki said that. Nikki said, motherfuckers ain't famous. I mean, motherfuckers ain't talented no more. They're famous and shit. And so you got these people that really don't know too much of nothing. You know what I mean? That's out here. I'm not trying to diss her or nothing like that, but did you see that video of Lotto in the jewelry store, and they asked her, name the 45th and the 47th president. And if you can do that, we'll take some money off your jewelry. Wow. She was like this. The 45th and 47th. Wow. You said the 45th and the 47th, right? 45th and 40th. And I'm sitting there going, wow. But people follow her and be like, she's the truth, she's this and that and the third. And it's like, man, if you're going to be in the public eye, I think it should be on you to be knowledgeable of anything if somebody asks you. You know what I mean? Like,
at least your thing.
Yeah, at least. The 45th and 47th president is Trump.
That's right.
Trump is 47. Oh, no, both. They both.
They both.
Yeah, he jumped. I said that thinking about Trump.
Shout out to Lotto. I'm just saying, like, when you look up to these people that are new in the game, and you don't look up to your older people that's new in the game, and you put all your faith and everything in these younger people that's coming up thinking that everybody know everything, they ain't lived enough, or they haven't experienced enough or studied enough in order to be held to that standard that you leaving them at. All I'm saying is there's a lot of older cats out here that's been doing it. I'm talking about even hip-hop, you know what I mean? Like LL and everybody that you can learn a lot from. These cats know a lot, you know, and they have ventured off into other endeavors in order for them to have knowledge of self and knowledge of culture and business and everything, you know what I mean? So I just want young people to really pay attention and do your studies on who you consider the Messiah out there, and don't forget those that really are the Messiah out there.
Look, aging isn't exclusive to older people. Everybody's an age. So everybody's an age. Here, like, treat others like you want to be treated, because that will be in that position.
Exactly. And the more you live, the more you go through, right? So therefore, you gonna have a little bit more experience than before, right? So that's how it is. And I want young people to understand that. I might tell my son that sometimes. I'm like, motherfucker, I'm not this age for no reason. You know what I mean? People didn't make it to this age. You know what I mean? Like, it's a reason why I'm here. You know what I mean? And so I want people to understand that when they come to your elders or whatever, just give them love, man, and listen to them. At least listen to them, because they gonna know something.
Speaking of that, you just lost D'Angelo.
Yeah.
And what now? You just did a tribute. Well, not you didn't just do it.
Nah, I did it on Blackish. Yeah, I did a tribute to. Yeah, I did his How Does It Feel video on Blackish. Nah, he show all that shit.
That was like, you did my man Zeno shit. That's my nigga. I saw that.
What was Bazzino? What was he doing?
He was doing it. So you understand? It's my brother. I got respect. Yeah, so my comments was killing me. That's my brother. And sometimes you just gotta
I love. All right, shit. Get them love, man.
Get them love, bro.
Yeah, and D was, I mean, I ain't never met D, but, you know, from what I've heard from other people, he was to himself a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, you know, some artists are like that, you know. He didn't tour a lot. I ain't never seen him perform live.
Well, he was battling that cancer in silence, basically.
For years, I had never seen him, since the time he came out.
Yeah.
I never seen him on tour. I never seen him with other people on tour. I never seen him by himself on tour. Other people's probably seen him. I just never seen D'Angelo, you know what I mean? And man, he's one of the greatest musicians we've had. Oh no, absolutely. And you know, they keep dwindling. they keep dwindling. We got to wrap Stevie Wonder in some bubble wrap or something like that because we only got a few left.
Because I'm be honest, we've been doing this show for 9 years. And everybody has a Stevie Wonder story where they think Stevie is it. Ozzy Brothers said they had to stop him from causing the holler. On the show. Then Shaq said he lived in the same building with Stevie, and Stevie jumped in and got in the elevator with him by himself, by the way. And Shaq said he not only pressed the number, he said, "What's up, Diesel?" On his show. He said it on his show. Somebody else said that. Okay.
Este noviembre, la lucha se pertenece a ti, California. Donald Trump quiere crear un Congreso que solo le responde a él, no a la mente. Y si se sale con la suya, perdemos todo. Nuestro cuidado de la salud, nuestros cuerpos y el bienestar en nuestras comunidades. Con la proposición 50, podemos detenerlo. La 50 devuelve el poder a la mente. Vote sí a la proposición 50.
Wash your body every day, so why not wash your mouth? Listerine and wash your mouth. How about free health insurance? Visit healthforcalifornia.com to get free or discounted medical coverage. Get a free quote in 30 seconds. Apply in 5 to 10 minutes. Find top providers like Anthem, Kaiser, Blue Shield, and more. Health for California offers individual, family, small business, and Medicare coverage. Simply put, this is where you get affordable coverage. Secure your future and avoid the penalty at healthforcalifornia.com.
Somebody else said something. I think. You said something?
Oh, again. Oh, he FaceTime too. And he FaceTime new business. That's all on camera. Listen, by the way, I'm not making the next one. And then Snoop said that he said, "Good to see you." Remember that young Snoop Scott? This is all on the show. I promise you I can't make this up.
Oh, shit.
It's so, it got, you brought up Stevie Nicks. It's gotten so good that even if Stevie can't see or can see, I don't actually want to know. Like, I just want to keep the rumor going. Like, it's just like, you know, it's how fucked up how I'm describe this. But if I see Stevie, I might move, because I know what that next is going to say. That's the nigga that just brought the room up. I'm going to be like, I can't see me. Let's go. And I'll be like,
Stevie is
you met Stevie?
Hell yeah, Stevie like my arch nemesis, Jack. Stevie ain't shit, dog. Stevie a motherfucking dog.
What are you talking about? Hold on.
Stevie took this chick from me one time. Stevie a motherfucker.
You and Stevie both look at the same chick. So what happened?
So I had this chick, right, and we went to this concert. Now Stevie just be popping up at shit. You know, I don't know if you know this, but a lot of times you see Stevie and things, he wasn't invited. You just be showing the fuck up, man. Like, you can't just tell him no. Like, he just come and shit. You ain't no bullshit. I'm about to put Questlove on blast. Ask Questlove, dog. Quest, I'll put you on blast, Quest. Quest said he showed up to the White House, and Obama was like, "Don't let him in." He ain't me trying to holler at Michelle and shit. Like, dog, yo, so he took all the security there, right? They said Obama was on stage talking to Obama, said he looked over to the side and he just saw him coming in like this. Obama was like, "Yo, Jack, why they let him in here?" Stevie, on some old, like, you know, get at your mom, nigga, in a heartbeat. But anyway, I want to go see Santana, right? And I was like, this is when I first got to LA, right? Carlos Santana, right? So I'm sitting, so after the show, I'm going backstage, and we got this chick with me, but during the show, he brings Stevie, just come out of nowhere, right? He come out, he do like a guest spot with him, they go backstage, I go backstage, I go, the girl I was with, I was like, man, you want to meet Steve? She's like, yeah, I love meeting him. And I was like, yo, I just want to introduce, tell him the bodyguard. He was like, just hold on for a second. I was like, I'm going to go get some drinks. I go get some drinks to come back. She gone. And I'm like, where's she at? The bodyguard like, yeah, she went in. I let her in to go see Stevie. And I was like, all right, cool, I'll go in. He was like, yeah, it's a lot of people in there like that. So I'm standing there. Okay, so I'm standing there having a drink. 45 minutes go by, dog. I'm sitting there like, yo, what the fuck? So I'm texting her and shit. This motherfucker ain't answering. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, man, what the fuck? Finally, she come out and she was like, hey, no, but she came up to me, she was like, this is a true story. I'm not bullshit. She was like, hey, what's up? And I was like, fuck you, what the fuck is she doing? And she was like, man, Stevie was just talking to me about some stuff, and you know, if you could do me a favor, he really want to talk to me, and if you could go home, that'd be cool. And I got some money for you to go home. And gave me like $100 to go home, cause she drove, right? And I gave me some money to go home, take a cab home, and I just couldn't believe that Stevie. And I knew Stevie gave her that money because that motherfucker had a dime. I paid for everything. Stevie. I got the cab, and I was riding home in the cab, dog, just sitting there like, I'm not gonna lie. That's awesome. This is how you know you're a real nigga. Is you can tell it's still kind of a little bit affecting you. You're still thinking about it a little bit. You're like, man. He said, like, not just not just Stevie. I was sitting there, but like, man, this blind dude took my girl. No offense. What's in my? This was a subject. I can talk about something. Too much. I play Stevie on that shit. Yeah. Look, I seen him later on, right? After he did that, right? And I did this. You confront him? No, so I was chilling, right? I was chilling outside at this bar. There was a hole in the wall, too. There was a hole in the wall. You have another girl with you? No, I was with a group of people. Okay. I see him. When he came to the club, everybody was like, oh my God, that's Stevie. And I was like, that ain't the nigga. So he saw that, and I'm looking at him like just chilling. And then one of his people came over to me and was like, yo, Stevie, want to talk to you for a minute. And I was like, I ain't going over there. I was like, he can come over here. I ain't going over there. And then they was like, then they came back over and was like, man, can you just come over here? And I was like, yeah, all right. And I went over there. True story, dog. I know y'all gonna think I'm bullshit. I got over there, and he was just sitting there, and they was like, Dion right here. And he was like, hey, what's up, Dion? And I was like, what? And they're like, he's like, come down here. And I laid down there, and he was like, why your bitch ass still tripping over there? You ready to tell me when you see Stevie, ask Stevie, I swear to you, he said that. And I was like, anybody tripping over there? And he was like, you should have motherfucker. And I said, I'm not. He was like, yeah, he said, I'm very mad. I don't even mad or not, but I could feel it. I could feel it in there. I could feel it. He said, I ain't tripping. I could feel it. And he was just like, yeah, whatever. And I was like, man, I'm gone, man. I said, I can't go on, I'm leaving. to the top. I was trying to be respectful. I'm good for that. You're good. Hey, nigga, I'm leaving. You ain't just leave that nigga like, you bitch, I should have just walked away. I'm trying to be respectful. Man, yo, straight true story.
I didn't know you were there. See you there.
People with this shit, a true story, dog. And then I see him again, and it was love. You know, every time I see him now, it's big love. Yeah, I had a little chicken like that. Like I'm telling everybody, and when he came to the club, everybody was like, oh. And I was just chilling there, like, nigga.
Did you ever speak to homegirl?
I spoke to her later on, and she was like, yo, I want to apologize for that. That was wrong. I shouldn't have left you. All this other shit. And I was just like, yeah, whatever, motherfucker. Yeah.
You wasn't new in Hollywood at that time. You was already seen.
So I was known, but I wasn't like nationally known or no shit like that. I had just got to LA.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I didn't even really have no job at the time. I was just getting there, trying to figure it out.
Did you do Comic View yet?
Yeah, I did Comic View. I did Def Jam, Comic View. I did all of that. Yeah, so comics knew me. I was like a comic, but I wasn't just.
We had Young Berg on here, and Young Berg said that one time that he went on tour with DMX, he was new, and DMX took his girl. But he asked, he told him, he said, can I talk to your girl for 1 minute in my room? He said she left her purse in my room, so I wanted to go get her. And Young Berg was like, oh, okay, here, take her. And he never seen the girl. Like, he was unseasoned. He didn't know what he was doing.
Oh, that's crazy, dog. Yeah, dog. Yeah, I had some run-ins. When Lawrence Fishburne was on, he was on Blackish with us, Lawrence Fishburne, but I heard, damn, he had to make that shit happened to me before Blackish, though. He did that same shit to me. Lawrence Fishburne, no. Okay. I was in New York, and I was walking in Soho, not Soho, I think it was downtown area, right? I'm walking, and man, true shit, I was with Patrice O'Neal. Shout out to Patrice O'Neal. We went to this Boston Comedy Festival that they had right up in New York. Yeah. It was called Boston Comedy Festival. It was in New York or whatever. We walking down the street and going to this bar, and I was like, man, I gotta use the bathroom. And I went down these steps into this jazz area, saw Lawrence Fishburne with some dude. They was chilling, and I was like, oh my God, they gonna Lawrence Fishburne. So I go in the bathroom, and I'm like, all right, let me go say what's up to him. I walk out, and I was like, man, Larry, you are amazing. He was like, hey, nigga, what the fuck you call me? I was like, what? He was like, who the fuck told you my name is Larry? I was like, it said on Cornrows in the credits, like it said Larry. He was like, my name Lawrence, nigga, Lawrence. Don't call me Larry, you don't know me, motherfucker. I was like, all right. I can say, all right. I went outside, Patrice like, you all right? I was like, nah. I said, that nigga just went off my name, calling him Larry. I said, that shit say Larry in the credits. I'm like, I didn't even know that nigga name was Lawrence. I was like, shit's crazy. He was like, he went off on him. I was like, yeah, dog. I just walked away. But later on, when I got on Blackish and he walked in the room, I was like, I should say something, but I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't say nothing until the last day of Blackish. The last day of Blackish. I said, you know you cussed me out, right? And he was like, for what? I said, because I called you Larry. And he was like, sound like me. I said, but why'd you cuss me out, dog? Because dog, it said Larry in the credits. He was like, 3 movies called me Larry. He was like, my name is Lawrence, though. He was like, I like the name Lawrence. When I got older, Lawrence is more mature. It's a more mature name than Larry. I want to be called Lawrence. That's my name, and that's what I want to call. And I said, dog, you know people love you. And they going to call you all kind of shit. I said, so you get mad when motherfuckers call you Morphe?
or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Or current eligible GMC owners get 0% APR with a total value of over $12,000 on this Sierra 1500 model. That's 20% below MSRP.
And they gonna call you all kind of shit. I said, so you get mad when motherfuckers call you Morpheus? And he was like, nah, that's it. Yeah, because I can't stop that. He said, I can't stop people from calling me Morpheus. He was like, I just let it slide. He was like, you call me Lawrence or Morpheus. And he was like, but other than that, that's it. I was like, I didn't go there.
That makes sense to me.
My name's Lawrence.
You can explain that in a moment instead of going off.
Yeah, you could have just said that in a moment. I'm like, I don't know you. I ain't never met you in my life.
So,
I'm just a fan.
Cam said that story on this show, and we need to co-sign that story. I'm scared to death. I'm confused when I see it. I'm like, Lawrence and Larry.
You had beef with Jay-Z too.
Yeah, not beef. I work with Jay. I work with Jay Lennar. Dude, do you know how many celebrities diss me, dog? It's like,
wait, what?
I've been dissed by a lot of celebrities, dog. Jay dissed me.
When?
I was at a Def Jam party in the hills. This was like in the 90s. Yeah, California hills, right? And we outside, me and my boy Reggie, we outside. And the party jumping, right? All Def Jam artists in there, right? All of a sudden, 6 SUVs pull up. Jay get out, and I'm looking like, yo, there goes Jay and shit, right? He walked right up to me and my boy, and it's like this. Yo, what the party looking like? And we was like, man, that motherfucking jumping. He was like, what y'all doing out here? We was like, shit, just drinking, trying to cool off. He was like, oh, cool, that's what's up. He was like, shit, well, I see y'all up in there. We was like, all right. He walked away. We was like, we just kicked it with Jay and shit, right? We was like, so we was like, let's get up in here and kick it with Jay and shit, right? So Jay go up in there. We walk up in there, and this girl I know, she was there. And I said, yo, we just hung out with Jay and shit. We was kicking it with Jay, right? She was like, what? I said, yeah. I said, look, take this camera. I had one of them yellow, doing zip, 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 zip. You gotta go zip, 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 zip. 1 hour. You gotta get that shit. Kodak shit. You take it to Dwayne Reed. The camera. And I was like, this show, we gonna dance over to Jay. When we get over there, I'm gonna just be like, man, let me get a picture, snap the picture, and then we can leave. All right? She's like, all right, cool. We dance and shit. We get all the way over there, dog. We right there, Jay, right here, right? So I'm dancing in front of Jay. I'm looking at her. I'm like, you ready? He's like, yeah. And I stopped and I was like, hey, Jay, can I get a picture? He was like, yo, son, the fuck you want to take a picture with me for and all these bitches in the party, dog? It was like, dog, you want to take a picture with the nigga and all these women in the party? He was like, yo, you wild. I was like, I got the chick out with this bitch dancing in the car. Just moving around the camera. I was like, I just walked away, dog, and the whole party heard it, dog. I was like, the whole party heard that shit, dog. I was like, I was just sitting on the side, like, when nobody talked to me, it was everybody in there, red and meth, everybody. When nobody said, everybody was just like, looking at this shit, dog. No, it was crazy. I left the party. I had to leave. I didn't have a good time. Yeah, bro. I ain't never seen that girl. She just took the camera and just, took the camera and went away. She stole your camera. Yeah, dog. I'm telling you, ain't no celebrity in this mother ever not been dissed by another celebrity, dog. It's like all the time.
But because when you said
who dissed you? Somebody dissed you.
But let me ask you, because, I thought you meant like on record. So all right, so what's another funny encounter you had with a celebrity?
Shit, Maxwell. I was out here in New York one time. I don't even know if he remember this. I was in New York and I was with my man Chauncey. And we went to this party. We got in there by 1 in the morning. Maxwell in there. Chauncey was like, damn, I go Maxwell. He was like, yo, Maxwell. Maxwell had all these model chicks while he was at the bar. He was like, Chauncey, what up? Chauncey like, it's my boy Dion. He like, yo, what up, D-Ski, what up, man? D-Ski, what's up, baby? Come on, man. Just grab a drink. Come on. Come on, we got some model chicks and shit. And we over there at the VIP. Weed, drinks and shit. D-Ski, come on, take a picture. I'm like, all right, cool, Maxine. So we go over there, we flipping it up, drinking this shit. They're like, yo, let's go to another party. We went to another party. We hang out. D-Ski, I'm like, yeah, Maxine. We drinking this shit. Went home, went to the room, to the little model chick, man. I'm like, man, that shit was fly as fuck. Next day, I go out and I go to this party and shit, right? I go up in there. Who in the club? Maxwell. I see Maxwell. I'm like, yo. I walk up to him, Maxie. He was like, what? I was like, what's happening? He's like, who? What? Who? I'm like, it's D-Ski. He just walked away, dog. I'm like, oh, shit. Shit, man. Do not remember me at all, dog. And we hung out till about 6 in the morning, dog. The next day. It was the next day. What was it? You should have got real. I don't know, dog. I was like, yeah, all right, man. I swear, he was like this.
I'm gonna tell you something. We watching one of your specials. I was like so like mad at how you assessed me, like me. Like I was watching, and I want to say you was looking at the white people in the audience, and you said, black people like plastic bags. And I immediately stopped and I pressed pause. And I went to every garbage can that I had. Excuse me, every little garbage can that I had in my house. And I said, this nigga done assessed me. Every little garbage can I had in my house had more plastic bags under there. But that didn't rock. That still didn't like alarm me that he assessed me too good. I went to the cabinets. The cabinets had it. But then I said, it's under the kitchen. It determines. Under the sink. Under the sink. Kitchen, under the sink. It determines if I'm a real plastic bag freak or not. So I listen to me 10 seconds. I was sitting there. You know how you want to roll CeeLo? So I was sitting there like, and I opened it up. And then you said something in the special too. You said, you know when they be trying to get away? You see me one of them trying to get away. And I said, oh, shit. Now I wanna up this question. Is it just black people who love plastic bags? Or is it anybody that's ever experienced anything hood that like plastic bags?
I only speak from the black experience.
Okay.
If anybody else got it going on, then okay. But I know the black houses that I've been to, everybody got a drawer, pantry, full of them.
I think it's might be universal.
Yeah, it might be universal.
And the one thing that you didn't say a to-go bag.
No, just plastic. I mean, it could be a to-go bag or whatever, but yeah,
I'm a doggy bag.
you can use it from
And
everything.
one plastic bag and one plastic bag to pull one out of the dog.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, I can
Yeah, trash bag for everything. Like for real, no, definitely. Like you can use them for shower caps,
Umbrellas.
umbrellas,
Backpacks.
shower You can put your chicken in. Yeah, like, yeah.
It's all purpose.
Yeah, they'll do it, but
If you a vegan, you can look at it. You can look at it.
You know, Chicago, man. You see Chicago, you automatically assume they know everybody in Chicago.
it's like that.
You ever bump into R. Kelly, you ever do R. Kelly stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's not popping and everything off. I just like. I just like, I'm gonna be there for that stuff too.
Chaos is the truth, man. I mean, like, you know, whatever happened, that happened, though. I feel like this when it comes to music.
Yeah.
Now, let me break this to you real quick. I think when it comes to music, music is bookmarks in life, right? It's bookmarks. Certain song, come on, you know where you was at, what you was doing, all of that, right? And so it's a bookmark in your life, right? You also have these memories when these songs come out. Like, you make these memories or whatever, right? So when you hear these songs, these memories come back.
Yeah.
When people make music, that music is no longer theirs.
Right.
It becomes the people.
Oh, that's right. You're correct.
That's why when a person hears a song, they go, "Oh, that's my song.
Yeah, right.
Oh, that's my jam. That's my." It becomes yours. It's like if an artist draws a painting and put it on the wall.
Yeah.
He can't come back later to your house and be like, "Oh no. Let me change my painting."
Right.
It's no longer his.
No.
It's my painting. I can do whatever I want. That's how music is. You know what I mean? And so. When people like don't be playing people's music because of whatever they done, that's really taking away the bookmark that you made in life. And it's your music. It's no longer their music. So why stop playing it? You know what I mean? Because you're taking away your memories. You're taking away your bookmarks because it's no longer theirs. Like it's not their music. You know what I mean? If you want to stop their money coming in, then so be it, but on your own time or whatever party you at, I think you should play whatever you want to play.
Like when you look,
Separate the art from the person.
when you look at shows like Benny Hill, and you look at Sanford and Son, and you look at the Jeffersons, and you look at what's the shit, Archie Bunker.
Yeah.
Like when you look back at that shit, I sit back and I say, I loved this.
Yeah.
I say, this ain't gonna fly. Why can't I separate? Like that's what it was back then. Like they got this whole blog thing about like 80s babies, or like people like kids never wore a seatbelt. That's the reason why why can't it be like that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, it's the times change. You know what I mean? It's like the more people, stand up for different things that bother them, and now it's just certain words you can't say, things you can't do. And it's only gonna get worse. And shit, more than that, freedom of speech is like that is like I think that's like almost a thing of the past.
Yeah.
You can't even say what you really want to say
You scared of
nowadays.
Salute to this.
Oh, what's this? There you go.
Oh, you ain't got time. But Dion, Mr. Dion Cole, I got that dress. Pop for life. Our show is about giving people their flowers.
Yes,
What you have done for the game of comedy, what you have done for this industry, what you have done, continuing to be original, continuing to be funny, continuing to make, classic material and continue. And we wanted to tell you how much the game, that you mean to the game, to us, and to the game, period.
Del Tacos El Big Boxes, now with bigger burritos. Try the $5, $7, and $9 boxes today.
and to the game period. We want to give you your flowers face to face, man to man, with your flowers.
I appreciate that.
That's why you get
Man, thank y'all, man.
It's better than a Grammy because it comes from your people.
Man, thank you so much, man. I ain't gonna need lie, dog. This is so great, man. I appreciate it, man. This is fucking everything, dog. Yeah, people, man. Thank y'all, man. That's love. Damn, that's love.
I want to address something too because I've always understood the importance of comedic content, right?
Mm-hmm.
But something that I appreciated more than ever during COVID, right? I came outside, but I tried to come out as much as I can.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm Puerto Rican and black,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm conflicted. I gotta come outside, play handball or basketball, right? But during COVID, I realized I already knew how important it is to laugh, right?
Mm-hmm.
But during COVID, I realized how important it is to laugh during disaster.
Yeah.
Even during it's like something that's like, you know, something really, really wrong in life.
Mm-hmm.
Like I at first couldn't take 9/11 jokes, right? Because I'm from New York City.
Yeah.
And, you know, what did they say? Too soon.
Yeah,
They're like, too soon. Like, whoa. You know, New York is, wait. Our fucking middle name is too soon.
Yeah.
Like, whoa.
Yeah.
But then COVID was something different, right? Because 9/11 was just really us who got affected, like New York City. But then COVID was the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was that 30 minutes or that 10 minutes or that 12 minutes that I just would go online. And comedians would just be online and just serving that material.
Yeah.
And it meant the world to me because whatever comedian I was watching, whoever it be, at that moment I felt like they was talking to me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like not the world. Like I felt like they was zeroing in on me at home, eating my goddamn rotisserie chicken and broccoli, trying to be healthy, but still trying to have fun and listening to comedians.
Yeah.
That's when I realized I always knew how important comics were. But it made me feel like the world can't exist
Yeah.
without funny or without comics. How did you take that time?
It was very unsure, because you talk to people who make their living doing shows.
Interactive.
Yeah, doing shows, traveling, doing shows and stuff. A lot of comedians, they don't got health care, they ain't got dental, they don't got none of that. They ain't got that. So therefore, to shut that down for like year or two, that was devastating.
You say shut that down to about touring.
Yeah. You know, a lot of comics I had to help out a few comics.
Right.
You know what I mean? And other comics was helping out other comics because wasn't nobody making no money. It was like a really tripped out time, you know what I mean? But a lot of it was invented then too, but not, I still don't think it's worth it, but you know, it still was like, you gotta find the beauty in that, you know what I mean? I learned how to DJ during that time. I started DJing and playing. I don't even play like house music and disco music, but I learned, and that led to me making songs and traveling and playing music. You know, I play out here. I play in New York a lot with Tasha Diggs, and I play in Chicago, Terry Hunter, and LA with KG Superstar, and the Chosen Few picnics. So it went from just playing records to actually being on these stages and stuff. Yeah, that's great for me.
And
So
you did that contest too, with Rip Michaels on.
I did it with Tony Roberts. I did one with Rip Michaels too, though. Shout out to Rip, silly
Tony
ass.
Roberts,
Tony Roberts, comedian. Yeah,
Oh,
we did one on Yeah. So we had a good time. Shout out to Tony and shit. But yeah, man, it was a really, really tripped out, bizarre time. You know what I mean? But that platform is important. You know what I mean, for comics to have or whatever. I got this other thing that I have. It's about to launch. It's gonna be on my YouTube page. If people can follow my YouTube page, it's Dion Cole. I got this thing called Funny Knowing You, where I interview these comedians. And you get to know them from their parents' meeting to where they are now. But the twist is that every answer that they give is real, but it's a punchline. It's real. So it's almost like they're doing a whole new hour about their lives that you ain't never even heard about.
Right.
So these questions that I asked them, I give them questions ahead of time,
Right.
but this shit is hilarious, dude. It's almost like they're doing a whole new hour stand-up about their life. Because each answer got to be funny. That's the requirement. And I've already interviewed D.L. Hughley, Sid, Tiffany Haddish, Mike Epps, Tashina Arnold, man, like a lot of people. D-Ray Corey, like I did Mr. Marcus, the porn star.
That's my demo.
He just a charismatic.
They got way too excited.
He didn't get excited.
Calm down, man. He said, that's the only comedian I don't know. And he was like, hey. I can see what I see.
But it's a very good platform, and these platforms are needed for comics, man. And the point I'm saying is all started from COVID. You know, even this, I think. You know,
No. We survived.
But
Yeah, we survived.
We did off in 2016.
Yeah.
2016.
This is our shit. It's like interacting with people. Like Zoom didn't work for us because, like, you can't smell my. You can't smell my.
Yeah,
like, I can't offend you. Like, you can't see that I'm really drinking vodka like straight. Like you can't like. So you gotta be in.
But even though we didn't like doing it, it was important for us to do those Zoom. Continue like
Yeah, keep them up during that time.
Needed it.
Yeah. And it was important.
I came out here doing COVID. That's when we had hits on it.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie to you.
That was the first one of the first episodes.
Atlanta, listen, Atlanta never closed.
No, we didn't.
Atlanta did.
Atlanta stayed up.
Atlanta stayed closed for 12 minutes.
Yeah.
And they were like, we ain't fucking with y'all.
Yeah, I did not go.
Yeah.
I did not go down there. So
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
I drove there too at that point. I drove there. I love driving.
yeah, that's wild.
But
Jack was definitely out there.
Are we doing the time now? Okay, cool. All right. So when you go to the bathroom, because the plastic bags. I ain't gonna lie to you. That is a. I'm 48 now.
Get the fuck out of here.
Wow, looking good. Okay, all right, good. Thank you. That's why I got you here. Yes, man. That's good. But okay. No. But that's one of my requirements now. Is like I have to meet somebody and say, how many plastic bags you got in your crib? I think that could be the requirement. Like when you meet somebody, like they don't get it, then you got to adjust. That's a judgment right there. You need plastic bags. Like, let's just stop this conversation.
You ain't got no plastic bag. I don't think this is gonna work out.
And then there's flavors of the plastic bags too. You gotta remember, it's yellow, there's brown, there's white. I think that's it, right? I think it's black. Oh, black. You see, I'm so black, I don't even count the black. Yeah. All right. Shit. And the brown always seems like Puerto Rican to me, so you know, I'm don't count that. Okay, there's one other color. White. I said white.
The white one. Yeah.
Beige. I said beige. That's Puerto Rican. Okay. Yellow. I said yellow. Okay. That's Chinese. That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
Like you do the Chinese? No. Oh, yellow Chinese. I see how you're trying to coordinate. Yeah, it's a motherfucker. Yeah, so those small we can roll with. Plastic bags. I'm gonna start judging people. But let's talk about average Joe, right? I heard that was actually out on another platform prior to it being on Netflix.
BT.
Yeah,
BT, that's right.
Yeah, so Average Joe is it's a BT Plus show. It's the original programmer for them. It came out on BT.
BT Plus, is this shit with Nelly Tip Trail?
No,
That's not the same, right? That's not the same.
it's the streaming.
Oh, okay. All right. What's Nelly Tip Trail shit? That was my bad.
That ain't even around.
We need uncut that.
I'm telling you, the motherfucker.
It's called uncut. Yeah, fuck it.
Somebody got offended. That shit got cut off.
And they get seen asshole. The booty cat. Holy shit, I never heard of that. Yeah, it's
What the hell is booty cat?
Like a booty cat, but it's the booty cat. It's the booty hole, and that's the cat. It's like
don't go to strip club with that.
It's not like it. I'll give him a first thing.
He definitely got a big guy.
Oh man.
Okay, so what we was talking about?
We doing a quick time?
Okay, I'm in.
All right, let's see. You guys said that? Has?
Yeah, it's there.
Let me see.
That's funny, man.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. All right, so this is our drinking game. We're gonna give you two choices. If you pick one, we're not drinking. But if you say both or neither, that you don't want to answer the question, then we all drink. We all take a shot or drink whatever you're drinking.
Yeah, we take a sip.
Take a sip. It's fine. Originally, it's about coming up with stories of anything we talk about, like anything we mentioned.
Yeah.
All right. First one is Kevin Hart, Chris Rock.
Yeah.
And it's any criteria to you.
Yeah, to you.
I love Kevin's savviness and business and everything. You know, I actually worked for him on the project and stuff. I think he's great. Phenomenal comic. Theaters, arenas. That's how I get it. Rock has been around forever, just legendary and all of that. And so I will go with Rock just on his legendariness and how he is, you know what I mean? But I love Kevin, and Kevin is phenomenal, one of the greatest that ever did it, you know what I mean? But just, they both are amazing,
Right.
but I'm just gonna go legendary status, Rock. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Richard Pryor or Red Fox?
Richard Pryor. Yeah,
Richard Pryor the only nigga that can say he slept with another nigga, and none of us paid attention to it. We just let it go.
it's just game with Richard now. It's on the skin. With Richard.
I'm from the man who says booty cat.
So every booty will be a booty cat.
Every booty cat.
I was watching Richard shit. I was like, this motherfucker was a bitch.
It was nasty when he was little, man. Shit was damn. You know,
He was raised in a whorehouse.
that happened. If you raised in a whorehouse, I think.
You're gonna see shit.
Right?
That's hilarious.
Eddie Murphy or Damon Wayans?
Eddie Murphy. I love Damon. Shout out to Damon. Damon's one of the GOATs. Eddie, though, all day long. I think Damon would choose Eddie.
Right. That's how we.
Yeah.
It's super underrated.
Yeah, now Damon's a beast. He always has been a beast.
But is it Eddie who perfected the leather outfits?
I'm gonna tell you, when you see me on specials doing, I got leather pants, I wear leather pants and honor Eddie.
Okay.
Every special you see me on, I got a pair of leather pants on, and I do it in honor of Eddie.
You remember when you first met Eddie?
Yo, yeah, when I met Eddie, dog, I'm gonna tell you that shit. I'm gonna tell you real quick, 2 times I met Eddie. The first time I met Eddie, I was walking to this party that they was having for Dream Girls. As I was walking through the door, Eddie was leaving. He was walking out.
Dream Girls with Beyonce in it?
Yeah. He stopped at the door and he said something, and the whole room started laughing, and I was just standing like out the way. But then
New street corn and queso crunch double chicken burrito bowls. Let's get loco. El Pollo Loco.
Grip, stability, precision. That's the essence of driving lawful.
ESET Smart Scam Protection. Built to protect you. ESET blocks scams, fake emails, and unsafe links. Stay safe with ESET Digital Security.
Terry, you have to have a little faith in me. Honestly, I don't think you thought things through enough.
room started laughing, and I was just standing like out the way. But then I leaned into him, and I was like, "Hey man, you gonna see me again, dog?" And he just looked at me and was like, "Okay," and just walked out. Cut to Netflix. They have these parties every year for like anybody that's like nominated for any kind of award. They have these dinners, right, where they have like all comedians. Not a lot of comedians. It's probably like 20 comedians. So
It's not Netflix. It's not a joke. It's not that.
Yes, Netflix is a joke, and Netflix, right?
Okay.
Now, I might be about 50 comedians, right? And Eddie, we was there, and Eddie walked in that motherfucker, right? And I seen him, and I was like, oh shit, there go Eddie. So I kind of put my head down, and I was chilling, but everybody was there. Dave, Kevin, I mean, anybody that's like, anybody was in this motherfucker, right? And Eddie walked around, spoke to everybody, and then he walked right up to me and was like, "Hey, dog, I'm a fan, man." And I was like, "Dog, don't say that, dog." And he was like, "No, for real." He was like, I am. I said, "Really?" He was like, "Yeah, man." He was like, "Man, keep doing your thing. I appreciate the way that you do and your style and everything." And at that moment, I told him, I said, "Man, whatever you need, dog, I don't care what it is. You want me to write? Man, I ain't charging you nothing. Just let me come rock with you. Let me show you what I can do, whatever you need." And he was like, "All right, cool, thanks." And after that, man, that boosted my morale. So I'm gonna let you know to all the legends, man. When you say some shit like that to anybody, even like MCs and shit, like singers, when a legend, just you merely going, you appreciate somebody. That would take that person's work ethic to a whole nother page. So, no, absolutely. So any legends out there, man, definitely give people their love, man. If you really fuck with them, whatever, because I went on a whole nother page after that.
And especially people coming up as legends to show love to the legend that came before them.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hold up, before we keep going.
And actually, not real quick. And then after that, cut to about 2 years later, I did a movie with him.
Wow.
I did a movie called You People. That was on Netflix.
The Jewish guy.
Yeah, and I did a scene with him in there.
Jonah Hill.
Yeah, the Jonah Hill. Yeah, and I did a scene in the movie with
He was
him.
dating the dog, right?
Yeah, I played the wedding planner in the movie. Yeah, I was like setting the wedding up for them. I was like, yeah, with Laura London. Yeah, so it all came full circle, you know. So yeah, shout out to Eddie.
Tell me about the stand-in part.
Who, Eddie?
The Eddie stand-in.
You do a movie with Eddie. Eddie do his coverage. And we did Eddie's coverage, and then they was turning on my coverage, right? And so we came back and sat down, and I'm like going over my lines, and we gonna do the scene with him. And this dude just sat down. I was like, "All right, you ready?" And I'm like, "Where they at?" And he was like, "He ain't coming." I said, "So what you doing?" He was like, "I'm doing Eddie's part." I said, "Okay." So I did my scene.
Oh, so he does his scene without
No, Eddie's large. After Eddie coverage, he gone. You don't see Eddie no more.
Like his shot. There's some people who don't know.
When the camera turned on the other person, if it's like over a shoulder or something, that ain't his shoulder. Eddie's shoulder. But he's Eddie Murphy. Like, yeah. So it was an honor when we did You People to actually go back and forth with him in a scene, because a lot of people don't be in a scene with him, you know what I mean? So it was great. Shout out to the legend Eddie, man.
Who would you say is your inspirations, comic inspirations?
Man, mine go all the way across the board. I mean, Eddie, definitely, Red Fox, Miles Mabley, Ellen DeGeneres, Mitch Heffburn, George Garland. Like, man, I just like detail. I'm a detail comic. Like, even with my comedy, it's more like observational humor. You know what I mean? It's not like I do a lot of topical stuff. Anything you see in my specials, I'm not really talking about too much that's going on at the moment.
Right.
And I don't do political stuff, but it's very, very like...
Stuff that they can relate to, though.
Yeah, that can relate to, and very observational type stuff or whatever. So those people are those kind of comics, you know what I mean? And so I mix it all in with the fearlessness of Richard Pryor and even Dave. You know, I've been on tour with Dave a few times, and just watching him every night, just watching D get down. D is probably, one of the messiahs or the messiah right now, because He don't have no sponsorships.
Right.
He ain't got nobody he got to answer to.
cigarettes.
Nothing. He ain't got nobody to answer to. So he can do things that other people can't do.
Yep.
You know, and that's why he's important. You know. So.
How did you feel about when Cat was going at when Dave was going at Cat for saying what he said on Shannon Sharp?
You said when Dave went at Cat?
Yeah, when he was like kind of clapping back his heel, he felt like Cat was stepping on a lot of
I
comments.
was there that night. We was at D-Ray's room. Yeah, I was on stage with him. And I think he was just giving his rendition, you know, how he felt. You know, he felt like, you know, we need to be working together, you know what I mean? Like, we comics. Like, what we out here doing?
Acting like rappers.
Yeah, like acting like rappers is crazy. And it's like, you know, we comics, you know what I mean? And so he was just basically saying, like, if you had a problem, just call somebody, whatever, you know, but, you know, it just happened the way that it happened or whatever, you know. And I think the one thing that tripped me out about that whole interview with Shannon Sharp was all this stuff Cat was talking about was old as fuck. Like, this shit been out there. Like, how did it blow up like that on this interview? Like, I never really got that, but because it was all old information, right. You know what I mean? So to see that happen, it blew my mind, you know, but it is what it is.
But in Cat's defense, Cat really don't do interviews or really talk.
Yeah, but he has.
Okay,
you know what I mean? Yeah, like he has talked about that.
Well, how do you explain the whole Diddy thing then, you know, when he's like 2024, you know, Diddy going down and Diddy went down in 2024. How do you, if it's all old, how do you explain that conspiracy right there?
How the fuck you mix Diddy with Cat Williams and shit?
It was on Shannon Sharp. It was on the Shannon Sharp interview.
So what he said?
He said
about Cat talking about Diddy and shit.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's his experience and shit, you know. Like, I worked for Diddy for like 3 months.
What was it
He
like?
hosted the Billboard Awards, and I wrote them. Me and a couple other writers, we wrote a monologue. Yeah, so I wrote, but I ain't see none of that shit that everybody's talking about. You been around, E? Did you see any of that? Me neither. I ain't see none of that shit.
I didn't see any.
I ain't see none of that shit. Nothing at all. So, I mean, you know, it was all good, you know.
I was around R. Kelly too.
Yeah, do you see none of that shit?
See that?
Yeah, I ain't see
I'm
none
not
of
saying it doesn't exist.
Yes,
You know, all respect
I'm
to
just saying, I didn't see
the
that.
victims, but I just didn't see it.
JB's moving. He's on love.
Huh? Oh, shit. Them two are my guys. Shit, that's a.
You say both, that was
Yeah, I guess it's both.
Take a shot.
Yeah, well, I'm a shooter.
I mean, you're on this show called Drink Champs, not Water Champs.
Oh,
Okay?
shit.
Come on, we gonna be eating your flowers, goddammit. You got a show tonight? You don't have a show tonight. No?
Yeah, I do.
You do?
No, I don't.
Listen. Okay.
Dave Chappelle, Mark
That
Warren.
was hot. That was hot as fuck. That was hot.
It's hot. Sake?
No, it's not sake. It's fucking vodka.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. I gotta wake up and run my. Yeah, I'm running the New York City Marathon.
You are?
Yeah, that's the reason why I'm doing this diet drink. So when they said, Dion on it, Mr. Dion Cold Water. I didn't know it. I stopped drinking. You're right, okay.
I stopped drinking.
So it was like he ordered vodka with salsa.
They got it wrong.
I was like, oh shit, that's what I
So
think.
someone just said that for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I used to drink that. I stopped
That's a
drinking.
diet drink, like
Yeah, I've been trying
So
that.
you trying to finish
Yeah,
your
I stopped drinking for a couple months now. I gotta get ready for this project.
Was it the young girls?
Doing some Marvel Project Young Girls?
No, I mean to stop drinking more.
No, yeah, I guess so, yeah, so I can get ready for this thing.
Okay.
So.
You about to play a superhero?
No, I just need to look different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Say no more. Get that check, baby.
I got slow, dog. You used to be.
He knows this.
I'm so confused, man. I ain't gonna be questioning no more. I'm just gonna answer everything. Oh, okay, thank you.
You look amazing.
Thank you, sir.
You a little blurry, but you amazing. That's you. Yeah,
He got sold off. That's so good. That's so good for
I use my Old Spice. Then I use my mixed chicks, and then I use
Your
my
girl did come after the Old Spice.
I had that like this. I have that like this. You didn't like that?
You brought the rumor. Let me go. So your Old Spice.
Take that from Ted Cruz, y'all.
But Teddy Cruz,
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, they was like, you know what? There's like, we looking for, you know, we've been having a lot of guys with muscles and stuff.
Oh, so when you said Teddy Cruz, you talking about the dude from Friday?
Yeah.
Oh, the dude that tried to get his guys nuts with the
He was in White Chicks.
Yeah, it's the same.
Yeah.
He's on Friday too. You talking
There's like, yeah, we had a lot of guys with muscles and stuff. Yeah, he was Old Spice guys right before I was.
Oh shit! I thought it was the dude on the horse.
It was doing the horse, Terry, and me.
I Terry was
Isaiah.
And Terry was with him like 8 years.
really.
How long has your run been so far?
Mine's been about 7.
You was an Old Spice nigga for 7 years.
If you want to call it that. Hey, why come somebody be like, this is so I just got it in my pocket.
Yeah, I know. I thought you gonna bring some Old Spice. I think really you said
I started using Old Spice because of you.
A lot of people been
we cut off Old Spice because we started fucking with Old English. You know that?
Yeah, I took my
Old English, that's my old school. Show my age now. We started fucking with, but then we didn't know the Old Spice fuck with brothers. Well, they came back with the brothers, and then I didn't see the Terry Crews part. I'm sorry, Terry Crews. I seen the dude on the horse.
Yeah.
That's his name? He looked like Mustafa. I just look like, I don't know, he pray a lot. Like, I don't know who he pray to, but he look like pray a lot. But then I see you there, and I was like, it's either Old Spice fucked up, or they made the best decision in the world. And I would say they made the best decision. We all from the hood, and we know that Old Spice is like, it's a staple, right?
Yeah.
So where did you at when you get the call? And did you hang up on the first call? Because you be like, man, shut the fuck up, man.
No.
I'm gonna leave from Old Spice. like Jackson.
No, they hit me, like I said, they was sitting up like, man, we had a lot of guys with muscles and stuff, and they was like, we just want like a everyday, next door, everyday kind of guy. And it was like, you know.
Did you take that as, I'm a nigga not with muscles?
Yeah. I was like, well, I guess I ain't got no muscles. No, but they were like, man, you were doing, I mean, I ain't trying to like name drop or whatever, but they was like, you did all these like really quirky characters, like on Blackish, Angie Tribeca, all the ones I was doing on Conan, and they just was like, man, this would be a fit. So they flew me out to Portugal. Yeah. They flew me out there.
They ain't using that.
Yeah, I shot all these weird commercials, throwing rocks, catching fish out the lake with my teeth, and, you know, sawing trees with beavers and shit. It was like all kinds of stuff. And when I got back to the States, this guy named
Before you, with Prop 50, you have the power.
You have the power to stand up to Donald Trump.
You have the power to give America a fair midterm for all of us in all 50 states.
Yes, I'm 50.
all kinds of stuff. And when I got back to the States, this guy named Omar that was like writing for them, and he was like, "Yo, what you think about this campaign?" And it was like, "Man have skin too," and I was just like, "Huh." I was like, "Yeah, it's interesting." He's like, "We should try it." He's like, "All right." So we shot out commercials. I brought my girl Gab in. Gabby had to shout out to Gabby at Dennis, whatever, and yeah, we knocked it out, and boom. We had no idea that was gonna blow up like that, and then went crazy. And after that, we just
Right,
no, you don't never know those things. You just go do all that stuff.
You're both right.
No,
You're both right. You're both right.
Come on, think about it, Lord.
No, you don't know. I agree with you because you know what, that like this is, for lack of a better term, I don't want to diss anybody who else had a position prior to you. But it's two things. One, you can smell the street coming off of you. I'm sorry. Sorry, like that. I mean, I don't mean that. You can smell like, regardless if you're from the streets or not, you can smell like you've been. You had free lunch.
Yes, sir.
Right? You know what I mean? Like you can, and then you can. What? I mean, you know if I had free lunch, goddamn. So you can see that, but then you can see like Old Spice actually did their due diligence.
Yeah.
And they seeked out a person that can resonate in a white neighborhood.
Yeah.
Good hair.
Yeah.
Puerto Rican neighborhood. We don't know if we Dominican or not. You know what I mean? Puerto Rican. We don't know. We don't know. We've been over there. We're over there. You can say we've been over there. Mr. Leader. Wait, Mr. Leader. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, nah. It's
You kind of see why it would blow up though, right? Because
but you don't know. You know what I mean? You don't know. You just do it, and then you don't look at it.
so like it's pretty there too.
No, because the thing is that we did the commercials they were known for, which were very weird, quirky commercials.
You did in Portugal.
Yeah, so you were with this other one waiting on that to work. So to come back,
Those came out too.
no, they never came out. So to come back and they go, "Hey, we got men at skin too," and none of the quirkiness is going on.
You like this is better.
Oh, wait a minute. No, I didn't know. I was just going, "Oh man, how are they gonna take this?"
Right.
Because we're not doing what they normally do.
Right.
So yeah, I was worried. Like, but then when it blew, I was like, "Oh shit!" Like, damn,
It shifted the whole style.
man, it was crazy. So man, shout out, can we? Shout out to the whole
I want the werewolf one. The one with the wolf on there.
werewolf one?
The one with the wolf on it.
No. You can see it. Okay. Yeah, special algorithm to it.
What's up? You see what?
The booty cat.
Booty cat.
He ain't gonna get up with that gun. How you got the bear claw and there's one with a wolf on it.
Yeah.
You don't know those?
I'm ready to bootleg Old Spice.
Dollar Tree.
The Dollar Tree's not down no more, right?
No, it's not.
It's not down.
It's on 59.
Yeah, I see the motherfuckers out there beefing. I see the motherfuckers out there beefing. Right next to the bar.
Alright, we still doing quick time. I don't think you answered Dave Chappelle, Martin Lawrence.
Dave Chappelle or Martin Lawrence?
You got
Interesting.
Yeah, that's tough.
Very interesting.
That's real tough. I might want to
take a drink for that? Yeah, you can take a sip.
shit. Yeah, take a sip now. Because
Okay, I'll take it with you.
because Dave is just Dave, man. Martin is a legend, you know. I'm in school with both of them. They both great. Shout out to Martin. Shout out to Dave.
I
Goddamn.
told Mark too. Just gonna throw that out there.
You want to throw that out there?
Yes.
I told him neither.
Alright.
But I did go to Dave Chappelle concert 3 nights in a row.
The one with the roofers?
Mm-mm.
You was in the Yellow Springs?
No, Hollywood, Florida, right here.
And I be you.
And no, and I got to see how a comedian perfects their special. So
Yeah.
one night, it was like, oh, it was like dope, but it was like, alright. But then the next night, he delivered the same joke with a different intensity.
Yeah.
And then on the third night, it was like,
Yeah.
I wish rappers could do that.
Yeah.
Like you like, let's suppose I just give you a rhyme, and like I say, that bar is not good. It's over once I throw this shit out.
Right.
When a comedian, you motherfuckers is cheating.
Yeah.
You motherfuckers that in a good way. Because what I mean, no, hold on. What I mean by that is you can test a product out, realize that that's not working, and change it prior to the actual product dropping.
But let me
We don't have that.
But let me get you this. You can do your song for the rest of your life, though. We can't do the same shit.
That's the seesaw.
We can't do the same shit. Yeah. I wish I could do a show and people in the audience be like, do the water on the floor. And I'd be like, all right, this one going out to you. Like, people, if you ain't got water on your floor, I'm leaving. Everybody got, we can't do that shit, dog. We can't do none of the shit that we do.
Hey, you came up with like the peppermint lounge shit.
Shit, I got booed out that motherfucker so many times. I mean, one time I went in there, I was like, hey, they was like, boo. I was like, what? Anytime I get booed, I leave on a whole nother name and shit. I was like, I'm Turner, good night, everybody. Turner sucks. You suck, Turner. I was sitting at the bar with a drink. Fuck you, motherfucker.
Tell me about that ride like home after you get booed.
Shit. Ain't no ride like that, Jack. No radio.
Because your homies is not trying to like say that you did good. How does this
If I do bad, my people be like this. It was them. It was them, dog. Don't trip. Ride all the way home, no radio. Windshield wipers, no rain. Just ride, like, where did I go? Comedians gonna do good. They always say, give it up for the ladies. That's the giveaway. Anytime you see a comment go, give it up for the ladies. Know that they shit ain't working.
It's crazy out here. It's crazy.
It's crazy out here. It's wild. Anytime you hear that shit, that shit is wild, man.
I heard you say the night that you smoked with Paul McCartney. We went on stage, you bombed, but you said that you heard Paul McCartney
I ain't smoked weed and performed in years.
But bigger than that, not only you heard Paul McCartney laugh,
Yeah.
you heard your other comedians laugh.
That's all I heard last.
So now let me ask you something, right? Is that traditional as your friend to say, oh, you having a bad night, I'm gonna laugh at this?
So,
Well, I'm not supposed to be like, as your friend, like, oh, and like just let you ride that out.
and that's a very hairy situation.
Okay,
I had people laugh, and it seemed like they laughing at me instead of with me and shit. So, like, that night, I'll do a joke, and I'll do a joke, da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and the whole room be quiet. And then I just heard Paul go, ah, and my other friend like, ah, and then that'd be it. And so I had to just move on to the next joke. And it didn't
Was
be
that
sad.
good times or was that bad?
It was terrible, really. Yeah. But I really don't know, because if the room was just dead quiet, I think that's why they made some kind of noise.
And
Because the
Paul
room
McCartney's
is just dead.
Paul McCartney's there at a black comedy show. They might be just as starstruck.
Paul was dying laughing that I was doing bad.
Okay.
Because
That's the point.
he wasn't, because everybody catered him so much, and I ain't changed my material up to just kill. Because I could have just killed.
Right.
And did all my old shit to kill, right? But that would have took away what the night was about. The night was about me doing new material. I'm at the Improv all the time doing new material. So, in the lab room, the little room. So, I wasn't gonna let Paul take away from me doing what I was there to do. You know what I mean? And I think he felt it that I wasn't trying to appease him because I brought him on stage at the end of the night. I told everybody why I did bad. I was like, man, I smoked with this dude. I ain't smoked in 13 years and performed. I was like, and he got me all fucked up. And I was like, Paul, come up there. Paul came, no. Paul came up there and I just was like putting him in the headlock and punching him and shit. Like, you got me high.
Did he have deodorant on?
Yeah. Most people would be like this.
Right.
Not like this.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think he appreciated that. Like, yo, it was a real moment.
Right.
Somebody treating it real. You know what I mean? But yeah, I bombed tremendously. Getting high with him or whatever, yeah.
This is let's get high.
Yeah. Paul McCartney good. I mean, like, I haven't seen him since then, but that night, we switched numbers and shit. But that night, man, we hung. It was crazy. I'm like, man, this is fucking Paul McCartney. Like,
Did he have security?
No. He had one dude with him, this dude named Mike, that run with him. It was just him and Mike.
Was he a roller? Did he roll the blunt?
Yeah, he was already rolled.
Okay, it was already
He just pulled it out.
Already been
Already been rolled. Yeah.
Paul McCartney had that joint laced though. You ever thought about that?
Nah, it wasn't laced. I could smell. I smelled it. He was smoking it before I smoked
When
it.
it's doing his lace.
He had some gas. He had gas. He had real gas. Paul had gas, Jack. He wasn't fucking around.
That's negative, man.
This is what Paul to be lazy and shit.
Please do not project. Even if it was lazy. At this point, we gonna let this ride. That's the best story I've ever heard. Paul McCartney came.
It's all real. All real. Yes,
Mike Epps or Chris Tucker?
Ooh. I love them both, but I've been knowing Mike longer than Chris, so I'm just gonna say that. I think Chris is one of the most phenomenal talents that we have. I just been knowing Mike forever, legendary shit, and yeah, that's just, like my man Mike. Mike was just at my house too, few weeks ago and shit. So shout out to Mike Epps, man.
You bought Big Boy house.
I did. I bought Big Boy's house. Yeah.
Which boss?
No, it's in L.A.
Look, Big Boy from
No, Big Boy from
What's Big Boy?
That's on the radio in L.A.
Big Boy from radio.
Yeah. Shout out to Big Boy.
Big Boy is not big at all.
No, not no more.
Yeah.
No, it used to be Big Boy. Yeah. I
You sold it for a lot of money too, more than you got it for.
I sold it during the pandemic.
Oh.
Yeah, because they couldn't get materials in the country. Like wood and screws and shit like that. They wasn't in the land.
Let's keep it going.
Yeah. I was like this. First of all, I had this car, right? And I had it for 2 years. And I looked online and they sold the same car that I had for like an extra 100, 200,000. And I was like, what? And I called them up. And they was like, man, we looking for these cars right now. Gave them the car. I was like, I could sell it, made 100,000 on it, and I drove it for 2 years, dog, because they couldn't get them in the country. So I was like, this shit, what else can't they get in the country? And I found out they couldn't get wood and screws and metal and shit like that in the country, so houses was skyrocketing. And this guy was like, you might as well sell your house. And I was like, I'll see. And I put it up, out of there. Like, so during the pandemic motherfucker.
Yeah, you a genius, bro.
I mean, I don't know about all that, but you know, I fly under the radar, Jack. I be chilling, shots out all day, just chilling, like. You know, I ain't an emotional cat. You know what I mean? I ain't one to put all my information out there. Yeah, your emotions will keep you broke. I slide totally different. You know, I don't text emotional. I don't email with emotions, because that go from a tangible thought to actually, I mean, you having a thought to something tangible that somebody can touch and hold, that you thought and felt. You know what I mean? So why even type that shit? You know what I mean? I don't do none of that. I slide a little different, you know, and just stay out of everybody's way and shit, you know. Especially nowadays, you gotta lay low. You know what I mean?
What's billionaire problems?
You said what's wrong?
What's billionaire problems?
Billionaire problems?
Billionaire problems and what things that broke niggas can't do that billionaire people can do.
I mean, I don't really.
Ranger knows when you're a lineman in charge of keeping the lights on, you go to great lengths, and sometimes heights, to ensure the power is always flowing. Which is why you can count on Ranger for professional grade products and next day delivery. So you have everything you need to get the job done. Call 1-800-RANGER, click Ranger.com, or just stop by. Ranger, for the ones who get it done.
No, I ain't been around a lot of billionaires. I only been around one or whatever, but I know rich people's job is to floss, broke people's job is to critique. And that's what happens. There's been many times I've been broke sitting on the corner, somebody ride by and a Cadillac with Vogues, and I watch it and I'll be like, you know what I do? I change the tires on that. Critiquing this man's shit, you know what I mean? But dreaming though, it ain't even really critiquing, it's dreaming and shit, you know. So yeah, that's just how I came up in Chicago, whatever. You know?
So the other day, right? Not flossing, but I came outside my property, right? When I came outside my property, I seen a person that didn't have a home. It was right outside my property. And I wanted to say something so bad. Man, I was like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Then I realized I had to manage my blackness. What I'm looking at, this guy came downstairs to look at the beach, same way I came to look at the beach.
Right.
He just happened to be adjacent, close to my property.
Right.
And I wanted to walk over there and be like, fuck. But then I remembered,
That's special. You gotta manage.
sometimes you get the man.
Manage your blackness sometimes, you know. Like,
So I stayed there, I took off my slippers. I made contact with the guy. Basically, he kind of like left. I don't know if I was mean mugging him, or if I was just regular, just looking at him. But I was proud of myself. Had I had your number at this time, I would have hit you and said, I managed this shit.
Watching yourself, right?
Yes.
Man, you got
So,
to.
when's the last time you had to watch your blackness?
Shit. I remember one time, not on no floss shit, but I'm just saying, we got nominated for an Emmy, right? And went to the Emmy. No, this one I was right for Conan, and I was just so happy being from Southside Chicago, sitting in the Emmys, looking at my name on the screen, being nominated, right? And forever, they can't never take that away from me. That I'm Emmy nominated, right? Yeah. So I'm thinking that to myself, I'm like, they can never take that away from me. My title from now on is Emmy nominated writer Deion Cole, right?
Excuse me, you got it wrong. His name is not Mr. Deion Cole. It's Emmy nominated Deion
I'm thinking that, right? I'm thinking this in that audience. I'm just like, wow, this is great. I got the tuxedo on. I'm feeling good. Left, went to a bar, right? I used to smoke cigarettes, right? So I go outside and I'm smoking a cigarette and I'm standing outside and I'm just reflecting. Like, man, yeah. I used to smoke, they like Newports, but they were Marlboro menthols. They were menthols.
the cowboy killer.
Come on, menthols. I used to smoke like the green and white bag.
You can definitely navigate the audience, but niggas still watch. That's
No, so I'm out there, I'm reflecting this shit. And as I'm sitting out there feeling hot, feeling proud, I hear these keys jingling. And I look over and these white women are like this. You bringing my car around? And I just looked, and I was like, cause I'm standing in front of the place with a tuxedo on, right? So I'm like, bitch, I just got nominated for an Emmy. What the fuck is wrong with you? I'm not valet, motherfucker. She, oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. And I was like, let me tell you another thing. And I had to manage my blackness at that moment. I was like, you have a nice day, bitch. And that's just like, yeah, that was when I had to like manage that shit, dog. I was gonna go crazy, dog. She thought I was a fucking valet.
You dead serious?
Dead ass.
And this is in California?
California. She was like, excuse me. I was like, I was just sitting there going, this is amazing. It's like, wake up, nigga.
I can humble you.
I had to humble the hell out of you, Jack. I remember one time this girl was like, I was sitting at this bar, this girl faked me out, right? I'm mad as hell at the bar. This dude, this Asian with his camera, and they was like this. Hey, can I get a picture? I was like, God damn, dog. I was
Jay-Z them. Jay-Z them. Remember you said Jay-Z?
No. But I took the, I grabbed the two girls who were standing there with attitude, and the dude was like, I'm mad of us.
But he wanted to be in there too.
He wanted me to take a picture. How humbling. I was standing there looking at them chicks like this. And they was like, who are you? Yeah. And I was like, just give me the camera. Oh, but I thought they wanted me. Oh, shit. I was like, humble, be humble. You gotta be humble. That was a real story, dog. He's like, this, can you take a picture? I was like, fuck. Yes. Not you. Not you. I was like, God, you.
Yo, like anybody ever stole a joke from you?
Oh, hell yeah. Plenty of people stole jokes.
How do you react to that, dude? You go watch them?
And people that remix jokes, took everything. Yeah, it's nothing you really can do about it. You know, back in the day, you would whoop a motherfucker ass. Nowadays, it's so hard, man. If you post a joke, somebody gonna go write one just like it or do the exact same joke. And yeah.
One of your specials, I think you said that. You said it to a female, and then you said, yeah, don't just post that on Instagram. You better tag me or stuff like that. You said that in your special, like,
yeah.
it's bad that people will steal your shit and just tag you and not even like credit you.
Yeah, like or what a lot of these people been doing too. They'll take your joke and write a whole skit on it. They'll do a whole skit on your shit, and not like giving you homage, like actually making it their skit. Yeah, and
like
not even like tagging you in it or nothing like that. You know what I mean? So
you ever check the comment by joke?
Oh yeah. I remember one time I was in St. Louis. I was with my man Kenny Howe, and we walked in the spot. Yeah, we walked, shout out to Kenny, we walked in the spot. Kenny got like 12, 15 niggas with him. I don't even know none of them. I just know Kenny, because I met Kenny up there. And we walk in, I'm walking in with all these dudes. The dude on stage doing my joke, doing one of my dope jokes too. We got on stage, I was like, hey motherfucker, what the fuck you doing my joke, dog? And he was like this, huh? I was like, nigga, don't you fucking hunt me, nigga. I was like, why are you up there doing my shit? Oh, what you talking about? I was like, you know who I am though, right? He was like, yeah. I said, motherfucker, you know the joke, motherfucker. You did it verbatim. What the fuck is wrong with you, nigga? He was like, I didn't do that shit. Nigga behind him pulled out motherfucking 9, right? I was like this, oh shit, these niggas got guns. I ran down the hallway and shit, ran out the door.
He definitely spit your joke.
Kenny come out the door and go, he with us.
Say, like, you
with the gun. Oh shit. He was like, he with us. I was already in the parking lot. I was like, shit. I just kept running.
buddy put a gun on the dude?
Yeah, they put the gun on the dude. Yeah, like they put the gun on the dude, like, yo, dude. Because he was trying to get off. Motherfucker, I ain't got nothing. My boy was like, hey man, calm down, nigga. And I was like, but he ain't saying that. He just put the gun on him. I'm like, ran out the shit. I really don't even perform in St. Louis no more because of that. Because I was so embarrassed, and all the comics constantly bring that shit up. It's like, nigga, you ran. When the nigga that was, from your home motherfucker with a gun and shit. So yeah, I confront motherfuckers about the shit, but it ain't really nothing you can do about it. You know, so.
What's your views on crowd work?
I mean, it's
Just a thing.
yeah, we talking about it. Yeah, it's like I just want balance. Crowd work. Yeah.
Let me ask home real quick. Are we still on Quick Times Live?
Kinda.
D Rose or Michael Jordan?
Michael Jordan.
Fame-wise in Chicago. Right now it's a big debate.
Michael Jordan.
Everyone is saying Michael Jordan is hands down the bigger athlete. But they're saying that D Rose is the bigger star because he's homegrown.
D Rose is from the streets, definitely, and everybody know him, and he is from the crib, definitely from Chicago. D Rose, if you're from Chicago, D Rose is the guy, right? But as far as fame, and leading our team to championships and shit, it's Mike. Mike changed the economy. I don't know a lot of motherfuckers who changed the economy. He's gonna do the LeBron, Mike comparison. I'd be like, did LeBron change the economy? No. Nah, he ain't changed the economy.
I could grow an afro if I wanted to. I could grow an afro if I really wanted to. I can get braids, I can get curls, all that shit. But because of Michael, this is what I did.
Keep your ball. Because of Mike.
Because you know I gotta have mine.
That's what's up.
You know I gotta have mine, bro.
Yeah. And it's easier to maintain, though, too, right? Yeah, it's easier to maintain.
Look at this. He's sweating from here. Like, you know, he a different type of person.
Yeah.
Your sweat start from here.
If you get like a hairstyle,
That's like God the devil ain't with you.
Yeah. But when was the last time you had a hairstyle?
Man, I had my shit like Jimmy back in 2020. When you doing comics
Back in 2020, 10 years ago?
about 4 years ago, and you know, I'm like, I'm gonna try something different. I'm gonna jump out the window and see what everybody think and whatnot. Yeah. I had my shit like genuine, man. Baby hair, all that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, baby hair.
I had the baby all that, man. Gospel sex symbol.
Gospel sex symbol.
Changing the game.
You should be changing that gospel sex symbol. Oh, that's hilarious.
Come on, now.
Gospel sex symbol.
You can be fine as hell, but still go there.
What's up, ladies? Who love Jesus? Make some noise. Gospel sex symbol. That's funny, dog.
Amen.
That should be a character.
You like that?
I do.
I got another character I'm looking at. Blind superhero, right?
Okay.
Yeah, well, I know what you're thinking.
Okay.
Yeah, he got a stick and he got a dog. The dog is named Bitch. You know why?
Why?
Because
it's a girl.
It's a girl. Yes, he is.
Is that the superhero's name?
That's what the superhero's name. He's a blind comic, right? But by day he fights crime.
Can a dog see?
Wait, there's a dog in here? Where the dog is?
The dog named Bitch.
The bitch can see.
Oh, the bitch.
The bitch can definitely see.
Okay.
But if he loses the dog or the cane, then that's when he's most vulnerable. That's like his kryptonite. He has to have his cane and his dog.
So can the dog voice be Stevie Wonder?
I like it. The dog, I like it. Matter of fact, the dog nickname is my Sharia Moore. What did you think?
This is getting so weird right now.
I had no idea.
It's blind witness. Blind witness. Blind furry.
You got,
I see where you're going with this.
yeah.
God, that's crazy as hell.
Oh man.
Did you drink your champagne?
Yeah, 100%, definitely.
Robin Williams or George Carlin?
George Carlin,
All right, let's try to go through the Jay-Z or Big Daddy Kane?
Jay-Z. Shout out to Kane now.
Yep.
Good.
Cat Williams or Jamie Foxx?
Shucks. Jamie is so underrated. He's probably one of the most underrated people on the planet. I mean, he's phenomenal. We all know that, but he's more phenomenal than his phenomenalness. Like, he's great. I don't know. He's just ridiculous.
Oh, shit, I forgot.
Yeah, I'm not.
That's your woman, right?
Yes, man.
Oh, y'all told me it was Mr. Lee. I thought
Listen, blind witness, relax, man.
There's no way you could have thought that was Mr. Lee. There's no way, bro. Your vision not for that far back.
Hey, listen. Y'all had me questioning my sexuality right there. You said cat booty. I'm sorry.
You said cat booty. I ain't never heard that in my life.
Booty cat.
Booty cat?
This is the booty.
I apologize. This is booty cat, bro.
Okay, yeah. You can't get them pregnant in that booty cat.
Two more. Curb Your Enthusiasm or Seinfeld?
You wash your whole body every day, so why don't you wash your whole mouth?
Listerine and wash your mouth.
Luck is just when vibration moves out what you need. You just step out and make sure that the town sees us.
I hate inside jokes. It's like, why not me involved?
The pursuit of excellence in working life means to me, I plan on maintaining a sense of momentum in my life and career, continuing to be curious, to not being satisfied, continue to challenge yourself.
Curb.
All right.
Seinfeld is great, but Curb, I identify.
More black.
Yeah. Jimmy, shout out to
They had a whole family called the Blacks.
Yeah.
I mean, not.
Yeah, exactly.
In that mom.
And they did it during, not COVID, Katrina. Hurricane Katrina.
Yeah.
They did it. And Biblical Fox was dating the Yala for like, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Gave him a little bit of that thing and then broke out.
She hit the Larry David.
Yeah, she was dating Larry David. No, in this episode. Did you see how these fucking motherfuckers, they was ready to start the room?
I see. Yo, I was like, yo, why? I'm gonna go give him the
Last one. I'm not gonna interrogate the witness. I'm not gonna lead you towards the way. That's what I meant to say. Loyalty or respect?
Loyalty. Loyalty will gain respect. You know? If you loyal to me, I respect you. Me respecting you without loyalty would take away the respect. Right? Yeah, loyalty.
So let me ask you, because I've been wanting to get this off my chest since earlier, right? I believe we all spoke about how sometimes we don't work together. Like, I believe it started with the Blackish, right? We were saying, like, Blackish, like, if guys would have came together. So I'm saying moving forward, right? Like, we just had Jesse Herrera. Damn, you know I don't know how to pronounce the last name. I love him. I love that. And then we just had Ulysses. And then I got my boy Spiff TV, right? And I want to do this underground comedy, right? called handballs.
Ball or handball?
Yeah, I want to throw the S in there. Yeah, I want to throw the S in there. I want people to be like, oh, it's flagrant. It's cool. Good watch it, right? But immediately, I realized that handball, the actual sport, is predominated by Latinos, right?
Mm-hmm.
In a great ratio, right? But how do I do this? Immediately I said, you know what? I want to bring in Chris Spencer.
Shout out to Chris.
Immediately I was like, yo, I hit Chris Spencer. I was like, yo, if I need something to black it up, I don't know if he never played handball in his life. I don't know if he even can relate to the Puerto Rican Latin culture that's mixed with the black culture.
Right.
That's a New York thing, right? The thing that I'm trying to do. But automatically I wanted to pick somebody that I know that can translate the message that I'm trying to deliver. Is that me being naive or is that me being smart?
Nah, this you being smart. Okay, definitely, absolutely, man. Okay. Get somebody, yeah. Get him to come on.
I hit him, I bothered him immediately on a Sunday at 4 a.m. I didn't care.
No.
I was like, yo, you, and he was like, yo, no, you're
Hi. Margaret.
Nah, he's the guy for it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Oh, yeah. Chris is, don't get on Chris don't never be off. He's always on. Sharp. He's super sharp. Roast master. Man, that motherfucker there, he puts it together. Yeah,
You said roast master?
He roast your ass. He like the Don Rickles of our time.
He has like material, like he can sit right here, he can tell you a gazillion stories, and anything you say, he gonna tag that shit like this, like in a heartbeat. Yeah. Anytime I do like some type of award show or something like that, anything that I'm hosting or something, I definitely call Chris to come help me out.
Okay. Yeah, because immediately I was like, yo, you know what? I feel like I can provide the part of the Latin part, and then you know, along with the other people that I have. But I was like, you know what? I have to put some spice on, because if you're a black person that played handball, you was an elite black person. That means that you knew both cultures, meaning you knew the Mexican culture, you knew the Puerto Rican culture, you knew the Ecuadorian culture, you knew the Honduras culture, you knew the Nicaraguan culture, and you knew how to write graffiti in such.
Yeah.
So I wanted to do that, but what I said is, okay, I got everything that the Latin part could like, and I was like, yo, how can I make this? I'm sorry, because I can say this. Everybody else fall back. How can I nigga this shit up a little bit? Some black and Latino. But I don't represent just Puerto Rico. I represent the whole Latin.
Yeah, absolutely.
Latin thing. Then I represent Ghana. I represent all the black shit too. So I said, all right. And Chris Spencer was the only person.
Chris is
that
the
I
guy.
know of.
Yeah.
And I hit him. I know whatever time I hit him, he was like Norris out of his fucking head. And I was like, yo, how fast can you write a script? And he was like, it depends on, whatever he said, like, between me and him. But I was like, I want you to do it this way and like that. But he knew what I'm saying.
No, he definitely get that shit popping, definitely. He is definitely the guy for you, definitely. Yeah.
So God comes down to you. And God says, man, I want you to save humanity. So I got 3 choices for you. I got a person that's going to direct your movie. I got a person that's going to write your movie. And I got a person that's going to produce your movie. But your movie and who you pick is on you. This is God. G-O-D. You're gonna say, man, who are you picking? Did I say? I thought I said 13. He didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
You tell me what's happening, fucking night. You fucking come on, leave me the fuck alone. It's all right. Not y'all.
Who am I getting to do the movie?
Okay, yeah, let's start off. Let me reiterate this shit. God comes down. He like, y'all niggas is outside getting tacos. Yeah, God is you. God coming down. He got the jewelry on. he got the Richard Mille, you know, man. God, you know, man. I'm gonna give you a chance to save humanity. The director, the producer,
The writer.
and the writer. Now, I'm gonna give you a way out. No. Let you get. I was gonna give you a way out, but no. I'm gonna give you the easiest way out. But okay, let's see who you going. God.
And I gotta pick the three.
Oh, this is all you.
Right.
If you save humanity, it's all on you. Just save you. Pick up Bibles forever.
Yeah.
But if you fuck up, you in the purgatory, you out there with Shaitan.
Writer that I would get would be Malik S.
Malik S. I love him.
I would get Malik S.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
He writes on Neighbors with Cedric the Entertainer.
Neighbors, we say
Neighborhood. The
Neighborhood, yeah.
Yeah, Malik S is one of the greatest minds.
Neighborhood, that's always,
I would get him to write. I would get him to write it. Produce it. I would get James Samuel. James Samuel did The Harder They Fall.
on the cowboy movie, Jay-Z and the Rock Nation.
I would get him. And then for what was the other one? It was right. Our director, I would get
because what did you pick just so far?
I got writer and producer.
Writer and producer. Okay, now the director.
Director probably Kugler.
Brian. Brian. That's what.
Or Antoine Fuqua.
How about this? Let me throw you a life raft. How about they collaborate together?
How about that?
You just got Matthew. That's all right.
Yes, sir.
Because you know
That's a great question, dog.
Because you know why? I'm gonna be honest with you.
Fuck him,
No, I'm gonna be honest with you.
I do it too, bro. You look real weird, man. Go ahead. You look at
No. Let me be serious for a second. That story, me hearing y'all talk about Blackish, you know, y'all all comedians. So me hearing y'all individually talk about it, or in this, like little specks that y'all have, makes me laugh. But me being human makes me not laugh.
Yeah.
Me being human says, damn, I wish we could have did that, because that's exactly what Wu-Tang did, right?
Right.
Wu-Tang essentially signed to Loud Records, right? And then said, but we're all gonna come together, and you gonna go over here. You gonna go over here. You gonna go over here. Cause from Blackish you went to Grownish. You was doing Grownish too, right?
Yeah, I was doing Grownish while I was doing Blackish. Kenya Barris, shout out to Kenya Barris. Shout out to Anthony Anderson.
Kenya Barris, we heard you just signed a deal with Vault. Let's make some noise.
Shout out. Yeah, when they started Grownish, they came over to me and was like, yo, we're gonna start this show. It's gonna be almost like a different world, but it's gonna be with kids, and we're gonna use Yara. Shout out to Yara Shahidi. And he was like, yeah, you should, I think we're gonna have you come over there and just to make sure that it take off and it's funny and shit, you know. And I was like, this how I'm gonna be on that show and this show. He was like, well, we gonna
Grownish and Black.
Yeah, he's like, we gonna make it happen. We gonna make it happen. So they made me like a professor, because in certain colleges, if you start some type of class or whatever, you could become a professor of your own. You know what I mean? You could just have your own class or whatever. So he was like, we'll have that, and that's what you'll be in order for you to still do both shows or whatever. And I was like, all right. So we did it. It took off, and man, I did about 4 years over there at Grownish, and then left, and then still was doing Blackish at the same time, just going back and forth. You know what I mean? So Yeah, that was a crazy time at that time. I was doing like 3 different shows at that time. Yeah, so that's good.
Yeah. Now, one of my favorite things is talking to the fat people in the audience.
Who, me?
Yeah.
About
You exited that? Did they harm you? No, because you looked at one point, you was like, stop eating that shit. That's it. That's it. Anytime I'm about to eat some fucked up shit, I just see you just stop eating that shit. Like,
no, that was like an old bit I used to do. I used to be like, you know.
You were big at that one.
Yeah. I was super big. Yeah.
You were like Jack Thriller. It's like you before and after, right?
No, I used to be like stop eating that shit. Like you already know how it tastes. Like stop eating that shit. No, stop eating that shit. You know, you getting fat on shit you tasted before. You know what I mean? If you gonna get fat, do those shit that you ain't never tasted before. Like you
don't know if he eats shrimp or not. He's a vegan. He's a vegan. But they keep catching him with shrimp.
Catching him with shrimp.
Yeah. Like he cheated on with shrimp.
Style or substance. Somehow it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. More current eligible GMC owners get 0% APR with a total value of over $12,000 on this Sierra 1500 model. That's 20% below MSRP.
Where's Sonny at? Oh, he's smoking. Can you get up? I mean, he's Rastafarian. That's my fan. What?
That's funny.
Been coming up in his discography a lot. Like
little shells, little tails and shit everywhere.
All I'm gonna do is
This nigga starting to gout. You get the gout.
Why are you so morbid with it?
I'm just playing with you right now.
Nigga, you are hilarious, dog. You be killing me, dog. I'm telling you, dog. You said, I'm telling you, I'm still thinking of gospel sex.
I love you. Don't do that. You do that shit.
Dog, gospel sex symbol is hilarious, dog.
I can't do this right now.
you know what?
Cat
I'm
movie.
asking you to be in now.
It's booty cat.
Booty cat, I mean, booty cat.
Yeah.
Hilarious, bro.
This means the world to me, really.
I know, for real.
I'm missing my twin. I'm so happy to be here with y'all right now. And for you to say that to me, because I know you had never seen me before in real life and whatnot.
You had never seen him either. In the most respectful.
No. Big fan, dog. Keep doing what you're doing, man. I appreciate that. And keep doing what you're doing, dog. You are hilarious. And it's what makes you funny, man. Everybody's unique in their own way. And what makes you funny, to me, is the sincerity. I mean, you almost, it's like you don't mean no harm. You just say what you say, and that's what makes you unique and dope. And you know, that's that perspective. Because there's a lot of people out here that's funny, but I can't quote one of their jokes because that's all they are. It's funny. Personality is, man. So that's why I'll remember. I keep repeating the shit you said because it's funny.
I love one of your skits where your friend.
Don't cut this out, Nora. I need this. I flew here for this.
It's only a Jamaican nigga. Damn, I'll have this shit so damn. Come here.
I said I wasn't gonna cry today. I said I wasn't gonna cry, man.
Keep it going.
Go ahead, Nora.
I was fucking. I had to settle down back and you fucked me up.
Oh, man. Man, I love you so much, man. Thank you for inviting me here, man. Man, I'll give you the rest of my eyes for this. I don't know how to repay you, man. He said that to me. In front of people, this gonna be on. People gonna see it.
Nah, I'm dead serious, dog. I don't do blow. I mean, you already blew up the fucking ass, man. Man, you fucking with them, so you already lost. But just, man, don't stop being sincere because that's unique, and I don't see that often in people. That's funny. So keep that, dog, because that's, man, you go far with that. Just be sincere and be just what you are. And I promise you, these doors gonna open for you, for real. I see it, I can feel it.
You feel like hugging?
I'll give you a hug, yeah.
There you go.
No more hugs.
Lesson learned. Yeah. A little too close.
This is 1 minute to the last question, right? I think I touched on it earlier, right? But I kind of like want to be like not serious, but a little serious with this, right?